Today's video is going to be a little bit less structured than usually, but I wanted to talk about weapon modding and two stats in particular that you can improve with attachments on your weapons. So when you're going into the weapon modifying menu, there's a ton of attachments obviously that you can put. Then once you put your attachments on there, you can calibrate them differently. So for example, the red dot sight, let's increase the zoom by 0.25, and then you can look at, okay, I'm going to change the barrel. How does this affect my gun? +4 control, +6 handling, +8 accuracy, -6 stability. How does it actually affect the weapon stats? You can go into details. Damage stays the same. Oh, control, it modifies it this way. So the full auto vertical recoil multiplier is now 0.92. Then you have the current firing stability, 0.97. Then you go in handling. There's more stats there. Stability, accuracy. So there's a ton of stuff to dig in through, and you could get super granular and really min-max your weapons as best as you can. One thing I noticed on the muzzle and foregrip attachments is the following stat that is not found anywhere else. So if we were to click on this one here, you can see the Poseidon flash hider. Okay, it increases the control, reduces the muzzle flash concealment, and reduces handling a little bit. Okay, perfect. Sandstorm vertical compensator. Oh, this increases the vertical control. It increases the vertical firing stability. Oh, it also increases vertical firing camera stability. So let's find another compensator that has similar stats. For example, the titanium contest muzzle brake. So let's put that on there, and then let's go into the firing range. Let's put this dummy at 25 meters. Now let's fire off at this dummy. As you can see, recoil's not too bad. I'm kind of doing bad here. I'm using a vertical mouse for recording this video. But you can see the camera still jumped quite a bit. So let's fire it off again. So while the recoil is not terribly difficult to control, you can see that the camera and the actual target tracking is kind of difficult. You don't really see the actual dummy, even though it is static. So imagine taking this and applying it into an actual match where players are more often than not moving around. It can be hard to track your targets. So let's leave the firing range, go modify this weapon, and instead of putting the titanium contest muzzle brake, let's put the Sandstorm vertical compensator, which will increase your vertical firing camera stability and see the difference that it makes. So same thing, put this dummy to 25 meters, save settings, and same thing. As you can see, the camera shakes a lot less. Let's compare them side by side just to see. Now, obviously, there can be a slight difference because I more than likely don't control the recoil exactly the same every single time, but it feels a lot better when you're using an attachment that affects the firing camera stability. Now, if we go back into Modify, you can actually find those stats in the foregrips as well. So, as you can see with the RKO, you have +1 vertical firing camera stability. If we were to go with the resonant ergonomic grip, you have 2. So let's install that, go back into the firing range, and fire that off. As you can see, the sight is just like straight, barely moves at all, makes target tracking super easy. You could actually see what you were firing at instead of the sight jumping all over the place. So if we go back into the weapon modification, I promise I'm almost done. Let's go into foregrips again. If we pick a different one, oh, you see this one has horizontal firing camera stability with 1. Let's find one that has 2, and it is the secret order bevel. So you see, it increases your horizontal firing camera stability by 2 bars, whatever that means. Let's go install, and then finally, let's go back into the firing range settings, and let's fire it off. So as you can see, I kind of messed up the recoil there, but the actual picture of the sight, you can see a lot clearer. There's a lot less jump to your sight, and when you're firing at moving targets in a live match, it's just so much easier to track them. You can see way clearer where they're moving to. You don't have all this camera stability jumping all over the place because you're firing, and you can obviously you can combine these. So some weapons might be a little bit easier or less intense on the camera shaking when you're firing your weapon. So you can pick and choose. Maybe you want one weapon that has both of them increasing your vertical firing camera stability. Maybe you want to have it half and half, how I have it set up for the K416, or maybe you want it only horizontal because the weapon jumps a lot from left to right, especially the camera. So you can pick and choose, but these two stats can actually just drastically improve your tracking in live games and it just made a world of difference when I started applying these to most of the weapons that I use, especially the ones that fire really fast. I feel like they have a lot more camera jump, like the K416, the AS Val, and stuff like that. I applied these, it helps a lot. So I wanted to make a quick video just talking about it, albeit the video wasn't as quick as I would have wanted it to. But in any case, give these attachments a try if you're having a difficult time tracking your targets on the battlefield, and let me know what you think about them in the comment section down below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.